Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. Today we're going to be doing a first drive of the 2022 BMW M240i X-Drive. This vehicle is pretty cool. There's only a few of them here in the country, and we're very lucky to have an opportunity to take it for a drive. So we're here in Palm Springs and at the Thermal Racetrack, and we're going to start off with a street drive, and you're going to join us. First thing you're going to notice with the M240i is that it looks slightly different. Now, some of the journalists that are here think that it looks different. I actually think it looks pretty good. I love the front end. It's traditional BMW with the two kidney beans in front. It is not the gigantic front grille. And you can see that they've done a nice job with some of the black chrome that's there to sort of change the look. Some of the details that I really think make it look different, and of course it stands out more on a purple versus a white on white, which doesn't have that same impact, or a black might look good. The idea is the different color tones will really make your personal vehicle stand out, especially around the kidney beans and the BMW logo. Our test vehicle rides on 19-inch alloy wheels with Pirelli P0 tires. If you're gonna drive it through the winter, like I've been saying, you wanna go with an all-season tire or winter tire, depending upon if you're going into the snowy areas of this country. You're definitely gonna need snow tires. I do like the BMW M series brakes. They really offset nicely with whatever color vehicle you choose. Your initial impression when you open the door is this vehicle is going to be a lot of fun. Sporty seats with good support, power lumbar, and lots of adjustments, including heated seats and heated steering wheel. Under the hood is a 3-liter BMW M twin turbocharged engine. It's a 6-cylinder 24-valve engine with variable valve control. Now this is also backed by an 8-speed sport automatic transmission and an M Sport differential. Fuel economy, 26 miles to the gallon combined. We're here at Thermal in Palm Springs, California to test drive the full line of BMWs. So you want to check out the other videos that we do while we're here. We're going to be driving the 2, the 4, the iX, bunch of other vehicles. I chose the purple vehicle for our test drive. It's known as Thunder Night Metallic. I wanted something to really make a statement. Now, when you're buying a car like this, you're buying an M car. It's an M240i. It is X-Drive. It's all-wheel drive. You could drive it year-round. Of course, you probably need winter tires if you drive in winter. But this vehicle really offers a lot. Starting price for this vehicle is $48,000. Our test vehicle came in a little bit more than that, $56,000. And it has a dynamic package. It has the safety package added onto it as well. As you get the head-up display, the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, all the things that you might want. Now this is a first drive, so we didn't get much background on this. We do know that this vehicle is a 3-liter twin power engine, and it's got the M transmission. So this vehicle is really loaded with all the performance items, including the 19-inch rims. Okay, let's just have a little fun. There's no one behind us. We're in the middle of nowhere in the desert. We're in Sport Plus, 0 to 60. Oh, you can get in trouble in this car. Oh, this is really nicely balanced. Good performance. I mean, you can easily get into the trouble zone of way over the speed limit quite quickly. Now, first off, we're going to talk about seating, because that's one of my favorite things, visibility and seating. Visibility is really good in this car. You have a head-up display as well to keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road. Really nice, super beefy steering wheel, which I think should be standard because you need to grip the car. You need to have control of the vehicle. There are lots of adjustments, both tilt and telescopic, adjustments for the seats for your proper seating position, and horse gauges are really easy to see. And I do like that the center screen is not up high, it's in a nice reasonable area. There is Harman Kardon audio in this vehicle, and that is of course very impressive. I can't let you listen to the music on it unless I put my own music on, because ASCAP will probably try to fine me. But I will tell you the audio system is quite premium. So my first thoughts on this vehicle are the brakes are excellent. And that is, of course, to be expected. When you're talking BMW, it's a performance driving machine. When you look at BMW, their history is racing. They're a performance driving machine, but they've added luxury in over the years. And one of the things you're noticing right away is the luxury and the soft touch of all of the surfaces. They've really done a nice job putting these vehicles together, and people that own them love them. And they're very, very loyal to this brand. The Germans really do take the lead lot of this stuff, and it's because they've always been about being precise, and that's what you're getting in this car. Precise handling, very specific. And you're also getting really impressive brakes. There's no one behind you, so I'll slam the brakes. Boom. And you don't feel like it's gripping too aggressively, which I think is also really important when you're talking about brakes. Sometimes they're super ultra touchy. This is built like a performance driving machine, which is what you're going to buy when you buy this vehicle. Now, those people that are BMW fans of the past, I was a huge fan of the M2 when it first came out. This 240i is just that step above. It's also a little bit bigger. So when you own this vehicle, you're not just going to drive it in the Sport Plus mode. So let's bring it down to a comfort mode and get a different feel for what this is like. So in this case, you're talking about a vehicle that is your daily drive. You're going to put it in a comfort mode, you're going to enjoy it, and it does change all the dynamics of the vehicle. The suspension, the brakes, the shift points, and the transmission. Of course, you can use the paddle shifters if you want, but in the comfort mode, you won't. And I really think that it changes such a dramatic amount that I like the fact that if you're taking someone to dinner and you really want to keep it very calm, the comfort mode does that. Now, if you're sitting in traffic, you can drop to that eco mode, and then it becomes slower, just more calming. It changes the whole feeling of this vehicle. Now, I am going to put on the adaptive handling and go back to the sport mode because we're going to be going into some curvy roads, and I want to make sure to give it what it deserves, a fun drive. Oh, this is too much fun. This is really a nicely balanced vehicle. I said the same thing about the previous generation of the M2, just really well balanced. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times you get too much power and you lose control, or the brakes aren't up to par, or the handling isn't. But the balance on this is really precise. And I think that's something that you're going to think about when you're driving this vehicle. So you could put it on the track without a question. This vehicle is very trackable at a BMW driving school. I guess at some point they will become race cars. But if you could pick up one of these things used down the road and you're watching this well beyond 2022, you will not be disappointed. So for drive impressions, I have to say this vehicle really has a lot to offer. You can use it as a daily driver. You could drive it year-round with snow tires. You've got all the technology you need. It's not too much. I mean, you're looking at all the things that you would want. Easy to use, and they have improved, by the way, this iDrive system, which is the multimedia interface. So much easier to use than its predecessors of way back when. So if you haven't driven a BMW in a long time and you're thinking this might be something I'm interested in, you will not be disappointed. And off we go into the curves, which I've been waiting for. We had a lot of fun on the streets. Unfortunately, we only get to keep this for an hour because there's other journalists that want to drive it. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the vehicle. I really kind of wish there was a larger wing across the back, not for function, but more for the looks, because this vehicle tends to look like a lot of the other vehicles. The front end, absolutely BMW. The side looks very sedanish, but which it's supposed to. But when you get to the back, I love the black chrome, but I kind of wish that it had a bigger wing or something more to emphasize the fact that you bought an M240i. I like the rear diffuser. I think it looks cool. I wish it was, instead of chrome, it was a matte black, because I think it would be really just a different offset. Even if it was in that black chrome, it would look cool. Do like the exhaust pipes. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this vehicle. This is our first drive. Like I said, we'll have a full review coming down the road, so make sure to subscribe and click that little bell so you don't want to miss any notifications. And if you have any questions about this vehicle, I'll be getting more information on it. Happy to answer your questions. Let's start that conversation. I know that BMW fans are huge conversationalists, so let's get started with your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Don't forget to follow me on all forms of social media at Lauren Fix, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, carcoachreports.com. We have other contributors who are also going to be driving this in English and in Spanish. That content will be there, and I'm co-hosting a podcast called Total Car Score. It's available on all platforms. We talk to some of the engineers behind this and find out why they built this vehicle the way they did. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.